What's up guys, Welcome Bucky here. Today we're back with another video, and this time the video is going to be about some possible Devin Booker trades I thought of. I was just going around, I saw some mock drafts, I looked at mock trades for Devin Booker, and some of the trades I didn't really like some of the trades were like Garrett Culver and James Johnson just for Devin Booker. And I'm like, Devin Booker's worth much more than that to the Suns. He's their franchise star. To get Devin Booker out of Phoenix is going to take a lot. So I decided to come up with a couple of trades. But if you like the video and want more content like this, make sure to like the video, comment down below your opinions, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. So the first deal is getting a big three of Devin Booker, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid in Philadelphia, as the 76ers really need shooting, so we'll package a huge deal to get themselves a shooter like Devin Booker. So it would be Devin Booker in exchange for Al Horford, Shake Milton, Zaire Smith, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2024 first round pick. Devin Booker would really fit, as the starting lineup could easily be Ben Simmons, you could have Josh Richardson and Devin Booker, you could have Dwight Harris at the 4 and Joel Embiid at the 5, or maybe even find a way to place Devin Booker at the point guard, Ben Simmons at the power forward, make something like that happen. Al Horford's having a down year because of playing next to Embiid, but I feel like he could help space the floor next to Aiden, and both of them could thrive off each other instead of two post-ups all around the court. I feel like Aiden could develop his three-point shot to help out Al Horford with his post-up game. And Shake Milton was starting to break out the end of the year, showing off, and he could break out even more on a really team-friendly contract playing for the Suns. They've even developed to the point guard they could use for the future. They also get Zaire Smith. He's not really proven to be something yet, but he has really high potential and could develop to something big. And those 2 first-round picks, I think that could be a good trade for the Sixers and the Suns. The second trade is getting the big three of D'Lo, Booker, and Cat, the big three friends all together. So Devin Booker will go to the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for James Johnson, assuming he accepts his player option, Josh Okogie, Garrett Culver, their 2020 first and their 2023 first. James Johnson's just a salary cap filler. He's not going to really do anything. Garrett Culver's really high potential, but he had a struggling rookie year, and I feel like developing with Kelly Oubre and Mikal Bridges, they could have a good forward wing shooting guard core right there. Josh Okogie is a great defensive shooting guard to replace Devin Booker and give more of the offensive keys to Aiden and Oubre. And then the 2020 first round pick could be one of the top picks. Maybe drop a Melo Ball to have one of the brightest futures in the league with Aiden, Okogie, Culver, Bridges, and Aiden. Timberwolves, they get their big three. They won't have their first, which would really hurt them, but maybe they could re-sign Malik Beasley to have a 6-man to spark scoring off the bench. Maybe just sign veteran forward. Maybe if they can get Paul Millsap for cheap, that would be a really good signing. So yeah, the Minnesota Timberwolves could really help from this trade. I think the Suns are getting a lot of value for Booker. The third trade is kind of a huge one, and I only did this trade because I was hearing rumors that Booker could go to the Hawks. I don't really believe it, but I tried to make a deal work, and this is what I got. Booker will pair up with Trae Young and John Collins, as he will get traded to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Dwayne Dedmon, DeAndre Hunter, Bruno Fernando, Brandon Goodwin, a 2020 first and a 2022 first. Like I said, their 2020 first could be a really high first. They could get a future star, or maybe if they can't get like a LaMelo Ball or something like that, or an Anthony Edwards, they could get a really good defender like Isaac Okoro to pair next to DeAndre Hunter. They could get a high potential offensive small forward like Danny Avila. They also get the rookie DeAndre Hunter, who's already a lockdown, and he won't have much of a defensive pressure as they already have Mikal Bridges for defense too. Bruno Fernando could develop to be the backup big next to Aiden. Brandon Goodwin just makes salary work, and so does Dwayne Dedmon. Even though Dedmon could mentor Aiden, help him out in the post-up games, and the future first hopefully could be a top pick. But a trio of Booker, Trae, and John Collins will be nasty. They would struggle on defense, but you can easily fill Cam Reddish in there, sign yourself a center, and man, you can contend for the playoffs next year, keeping Trae happy, and you won't have to deal with him leaving. And finally, this was the dumbest one in my opinion. I do not see Booker wanting to go to the Knicks at all. Because I heard rumors, I'm going to make a mock trade for it. And my trade was trading Devin Booker to play in New York for Julius Randle, Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, a 2020 first, and a 2023 top 5 protected first. The reason why I made the pick top 5 protected was because they're already getting a lot of young talent. And the salary filler, Julius Randle, is actually already a really good player. He's been one of the top players on the Knicks this year. Kevin Knox, he struggled, but he's still raw, and I feel like he can develop to an elite scorer. Frank Ntilikina already has the defensive potential. He could really develop. That next pick is going to be a top pick. Anthony Edwards on the LaMelo Ball is definitely in sight. But the Knicks, they get the star. They get to contend to keep the New York fan base happy. And everything goes out for the Knicks. Unless they don't get to build around Booker correctly. And they become mediocre again. And Booker becomes the next Melo watching out. So what do you guys think of the mock trade? Comment down below your opinions and make sure to like the video and subscribe. And tell me what video idea I should do next. Peace out, guys.